I was once the most renowned chef in all of Lordran. I had served food to some of the most prestigious people, my best dishes. I was one of the very best. One day I had gotten a permission to cook for Lord Gwyn himself, and was told to meet him, but it was a trap, and there was my arch chef. And that's when it was over. I had been beaten. My knife went dull, and soon I was thrown in prison. But soon, I will make my escape, and venture forth to defeat my arch nemesis, and cook Gwyn his ultimate dish. After making our great escape, we instantly find the warden, but our knife is dull, so we can't even cut through him right now. So we make a run for the side door, and we find a meat tenderizer. Since our knife is dull, it's gonna have to, be used for now. Going up, we find Oscar, the man who's responsible for this escape. He gives us the final key and the Sunny D for a nice drink with our next meal. Speaking of which, we can jump down and start fighting the warden, and we can quickly turn him into a nice steak. I still can't use the knife, so we stick with the meat tenderizer for now. Continuing through the burg, we come across the tourist demon, one of the sous chefs to the bed of chaos. Fortunately for us, we can simply slam our hammer on top of his head a couple times and he'll go down. To avoid being cooked well done, we can duck beneath the bridge and then bait out the drake to run across to their side. At the church, there's nothing too interesting, but we can finally use our knife. Get the basement key and upgrade the knife to a +2, we can now take on the gargoyles. They are one half of the ingredients to make a super good dish for the giant to open up sins. The gargoyles weren't hard to beat, just stay locked off and focus on the first one, and then the second one will go down really quickly. Before setting off for the second ingredient, we go sharpen the knife a bit more and then head down to the bottom of the burg. In the lower burg, the sneaky chefs and their dogs try to steal the gargoyles' ingredients, but I got a bigger knife, so I win. Capra Demon, another one of the Bed of Chaos sous chefs, I instantly take to the high ground to take on the dogs, then plunge into the Capra. From there, all I need to do is smack him around a bit, and then I'll win. In the depths, I can find the next batch of spice to get my knife to a +10. Heading down, we can take out the large rat and slide down to make it to the bonfire. The maid chef is keeping his pet alive, but we need them both gone for the key inside his pet's stomach. The pet has a terrible turning radius, so we can just smack his head and then run to his back and smack away until he flips over and repeat. Due to the fact I don't want to go through Blighttown the normal way, I head backwards and go to Andre, then to Darkroot, and then to the valley to arrive in Blighttown from the exit. At the bonfire, a time paradox happens and I get invaded by a similar version of myself, and I defeat her to prove that I'm better. But we make up and take on Quelaag together, and with her defeat, we can cook the perfect dish that excites the giant who opens the gate to sins for us to go through. While down here, I go ahead and take down Ceaseless to lower the lava for later. Sin's Fortress is the ultimate gauntlet for chefs to test their endurance to make sure they're able to handle themselves in a kitchen setting. However, due to my past, it's all natural, so I fly through the area, making it to the final test, the Iron Golem. The main goal of the test is to knock him off the edge, showing you can make quick but strong cuts in a professional setting. In Inner Londo, the main gates have been cut off since the incident, so I had to go around through the rafters twice. Once inside the main hall, however, I needed to take on the rival chef, Knight Lautrec of Hell's Kitchen. Him and his two sous chefs proved to be no match for my skills, so it was time to fight Ornstein Smo, the royal chefs of the Queen. These two were renowned chefs, some of the best out there, but I was better. The first attempt, an attack I so totally dodged, hit me and killed me, but the second try went much better, where I took down Ornstein, so only Smo remained, and he was shortly overcooked himself. Meeting with the princess herself, she grants us a bowl to fill up with Lord Gwyn's friends so we can serve him the most crafted dish in all of Lordran. First up, the freak known as Seath has to go. Rumor has it he dabbles in cooking too, and makes some questionable dishes with some questionable ingredients. If the rumors are true, he needs to be dealt with. Heading up the 2 elevators and seeing Seath fills us with a burning rage. But he's a cheating prick and can't die, so he arrests us and puts us back in prison for our crimes. Back where we started. But I'm not going to be stuck here. So we grab the key in a super non-violent way, and then turn off the torture music and leave the prison. Once solving Seath's stair puzzle, it's a straight shot to his kitchen. Seath isn't really a big threat, even without armor. Just sit right next to him and hack away while paying attention to his arms and mouth for what kind of crystal attack he'll do. And with his death, we get our first soul for the soup bowl. Next up, we want to go kill the abyssal chefs and the 4 kings, who've been outcast for using magic where it's not allowed. However, they say that the abyss is a place walked by no man or woman, so we must head into Darkroot Garden to find ourselves the Coven of Artorias. Artorias' trusty wolf guards it, and we must take her down if we want to venture into the abyss. Thankfully, the doggo isn't much of a threat, so we take her down pretty easily and get Artorias' ring. In New Londo, we can gamble against the ghost ladder, and we can collect the chunks in the area for a plus 14, and get the very large ember. For a plus 15, we can take a trip whence we came and take out the Warren's brother for the Titanite dinner plate. With this, practically all the prep work is done, and now we can finally quickly make work of Gwyn's friends. In the Abyss, we don on the armor of Chef Havel, and stand there and hack away at the kings, and then that's 2 souls for the soup bowl. Next up was the Catacombs, and by performing a catacomb skip, we can get down to Pinwheel in 5 seconds, and then hack away. With the Riot Kindling, we could get more Sunny D if need be, but let's be real, we won't need it. In the tomb, we can place some chutes and ladders, and run on the right to make it to Nito. Nito is self-hating and helps us kill his own skeleton, so like the 4 kings, we can just stand there and mindlessly hack away, which is yet another soul. The Demon Fire Sage, the second to last sous chef the Bed of Chaos has employed, stands in our way, but like his brothers, it's a quick and easy kill onto the last sous chef. The Centipede Demon was the most skilled sous chef with its many long arms. However, this would be its weakness, as we can chop off the arms to weaken it and then hack at its legs. From there, all we need to do is kill the bug for the last soul to make Gwyn his soul soup. But before we meet the Lord of Cinder, we have some unfinished business to deal with. The first boss we need to deal with is the Sanctuary Guardian, the perfect species. Different parts of an animal for the best dish. Many chefs out there try and best this creature, but it can only be killed by the best chef out there. Me. A stroll through the gardens, we can already take on our next opponent, Chef Artorias. The one who tried to take down the second best chef in Lordran and failed. But don't worry, old friend, I'll put you out of your misery. And soon, I'll take down the second best chef myself. Heading into Ulasil, we can go up to the big room and find the blowhead pointing at the mimic, and inside was the key to Goth. Speaking to him after triggering Calamite allows us to take on the Great Dragon. However, unfortunately for him, Calamite is too big for his own good, and we can easily roll under him and bait out the stomps or forward breath attack for an easy victory. All that remains is my arch nemesis. Heading through Lower Ulasil, we can get to the chasm. Making the trek to the fog wall, we mentally prepare ourselves and stand near the cliff searching for our rival. And we come face to face once more. Midas, father of the Deli. Midas' attacks aren't super hard to dodge, as I've had a bit of practice since the DS1 video I've refused to fight Manus on, but I still wasn't the very best, and that cost me my first few attempts. But I was getting back on my feet each time. My knife was sharp, and soon I was cutting Midas to bits, and with one final chop, my rival was finished. With all my business wrapped up, it was time. I mixed the Lord's soup and the door opened. I took down Gwyn's royal guards and went in to feed the Lord of Sunlight. Like I always do, I'm coming in here at the end to just say thank you. As of me recording this, I've hit 1,000 subscribers and I'm really happy. So I have a very special 1,000 sub thing next week. It's already recorded. I've already had this recorded for like a week. I've been planning on it because I've been really close for a while now. I was hoping to hit it last month because, you know, like with my growth, my first DS2 video, it kind of shot up. I was like, okay, I'll hit 1,000 by the end of next month. But unfortunately, I didn't. So here we are, almost at the end of May, just now hitting it, which is fine. You know, it's not like I'm ungrateful or anything. I'm super happy to hit it. But I just, it's great. Yeah, so that will be out soon, next week. Then I'll be releasing another Dark Souls video that's almost already recorded. And then I'm probably going to step away from Dark Souls for a few uploads, maybe just 2. I have some other runs to do. I have another video, it's not a challenge run, but it's a kind of a different video. It's not a challenge run or a video essay, so it's completely different. I was given permission to do it as it was already made for Dark Souls 1, but it's going to be a video about Dark Souls 2. Any other YouTuber already had done it. So I asked if I could do it for Dark Souls 2, and they said yes. I'm not going to tell you what the video was because I don't want to spoil it yet. But that'll happen at some point. I have such a backlog of videos. I have so much footage now. I'm taking a bit longer to work on videos, so I'm not burning myself out. I'm giving myself like 3 extra days. And this way, when I get memberships, I could actually release them a day early if I don't work up until the last 6 hours until the video goes up. So yeah, hopefully with this video, I'll get enough watch hours to get memberships. And if it does super well, hell, maybe I'll even get enough for monetization that I'm at 1,000. So who knows? But yeah, I just want to say thank you. And I don't want to carry this on for so long, because I'll ramble and rant, even though there is things I definitely want to talk about, but I'll forget them. So thank you for watching to the end. Thank you for those subscribers. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.